Also teased on Monday night, they set up a 6-man tag team match for next week's Raw with the New Day and Odyssey Jones taking on the Final Testament. Odyssey Jones in action on Raw for the first time on Monday night this past week, beating a guy named Vincent Winey, which is what a fucking name. I know he's a developmental guy. I don't think his name is actually Vincent Winey. I think they just gave him that name. Such a stupid name. But anyway, so Odyssey Jones went over in the match. And like I said, they set up the 6-man tag team match. They're telling the story as of last week, and we kind of talked about it a little bit, with Odyssey Jones being buddy-buddy with Kofi. Kofi had mentioned that he was, training with Odyssey while he was out injured at the PC, so they kind of go back a little bit. Xavier Woods has no association with Odyssey at all. They're planting those seeds of dissension with Odyssey Jones and Xavier Woods not being happy that he's teaming with Kofi and maybe potentially joining the New Day, replacing either him or Big E or whatever in the group. Do you think this could actually lead to a New Day split, or are they just teasing us? It's been a decade, so I'm very skeptical. I don't think it is, but there is also a small part of me that thinks, what if they actually went through with it?
I think it's a tease. I mean, I don't think if Woods turn, I don't even think I'd really give a shit. I mean, at this point, if I'm going to be honest, I think it's just a tease. I really don't want to see them split. I honestly, like I said, I don't think if they did, I would really care. But I mean, I think it's a decent tease, but I mean, I don't think I'd care if Woods turned on Kofi.
You don't think there's any value in a New Day split in 2024?
Not particularly.
Would your thoughts be different if they reversed the roles and Kofi was the singles heel and Xavier Woods was the babyface, or does it not matter?
No, I mean, at this point for both guys, I don't need to see like a singles run.
Do you think they could maybe not split them up like hard way with having Woods? I don't think it's happening, so it's not even really. I mean, it's worth discussing as they're teasing it. I just don't think it's going to happen. But what if Woods were to go off on his own, kind of get pissed with the fact that Kofi's teaming with Jones, and you can have Jones kind of benefit from being paired with Kofi for a little while. Don't turn them heel, but what if Woods branches off and kind of does his own thing? Maybe he requests to go to SmackDown or whatever the fuck. Is there any value in doing that? Maybe not having them feud or turning one of them heel. But I think Woods kind of proved himself with that King of the Ring win a couple years ago, at least in my opinion, because I think Xavier Woods is really good. Again, have them do their own thing without actually splitting up. Any value there, or again, just keep them as a tag team in your opinion?
I mean, you could split them up. I just don't know how much, like you said, it depends on what they do with Woods on his own. With the SmackDown, I feel like SmackDown's pretty tough right now, unless you're like a top guy that kind of get over. And they have Roman, they have a ton of big baby faces anyways. I just, like I said, I think you can do it and not do like a full split and then eventually obviously rekindle at some point. I mean, as a tag team, like I said, they haven't really done much in forever, so I feel like at this point, like maybe a break away from each other would help, but I mean, not like I said, it's been so long at this point, I've kind of just, when I hear the music, I kind of just groan, honestly.
Well, I mean, I like the New Day. I think they're still over, but it's not like, oh man, the New Day is coming out. Like, it's a pretty, like, I don't know if content is the right word. Not you specifically, but just in general. The feeling towards the New Day is like, okay, yeah, I like these guys, but I know they're not going to be involved in anything massive because they haven't been for such a long time. I would like to see them do their own thing, not necessarily split, but like go their separate ways for a little while. Kind of like what Big E did, but he didn't like formally say, hey, I'm going to move away from you guys. He just got drafted to a different brand, and that's how that kind of worked out. With Woods, though, SmackDown isn't automatically the answer, like you said. I mean, there's still people who got drafted to SmackDown, and even Raw, actually, who we have not seen yet on their respective shows. I mean, Shinsuke Nakamura got drafted to SmackDown. We haven't seen the guy since. He's not been on a single SmackDown show since he got drafted. We have not seen him since April when he was on Raw. So, I mean, going to SmackDown isn't automatically the answer.